Good morning, or almost noon, but yeah, this is what a tired night nurse looks like after a shift that I haven't really slept after. How are you today? so, I don't know, I've missed checking in with you, so I just wanted to pop in for a minute. Since I've kind of been fighting my sleep, I've been doing some things with the kiddos around the house. Um, yeah, so how is it going? How was my shift? Let's just say that it was like, I don't know, there were so many crash carts and airway carts rolling through our hallways at one point that it was almost like we had a Mardi Gras going on, a parade. Throw me something, mister. But everything went well. Everybody is safe and all. We were able to handle everything as a team, as we always do. And we're grateful that we, even with the crazy that oftentimes comes and did last night, we still had a good night, and our patients are overall doing well. Anyways, there's that. But yeah, it was a busy night for all. And anyway, that's kind of how my work night was. And this week, how am I doing this week? Well, okay, that video that I told you about, I hadn't forgotten about that. It's still going to happen, or it is happening. But it's kind of on the back burner, as I mentioned before. So I'm thinking, like somebody mentioned to me, Neil, I believe it was you. I think February is the new January. How's that sound? So that's what I'm going to go with. Goodness, it's just been, because it's the last week of the month and the first week of the first month of the year. See, I can't think straight. Um, it's been a week of deadlines, for real. Yeah, because let's see, what all did I have deadlines of this week? I had, oh, I didn't put this in my caption. I should, though. I will. I'll go back and do this. I got terminated. Not what you think, though. But yes, really, legitimately, and not for any fault of mine. Um, one of my, did you know at one time I had like, I don't know even how to count it, 3 or 4 jobs. Um, that was when I was working PRN at one hospital, ICU adult. I was working full time at the current PICU downtown children's ICU. And then I was working PRN from home for a home health agency that I used to work in person for, and just reviewing charting before they would submit it to Medicare and insurance companies. So for accuracy and all of that and clarity and billing purposes. Um, Y'all, I have indigestion too. This has been crazy. So, um, what else? What else? That was, and then I don't know. That was the main stuff. Well, I quit doing the PRN job at the adult hospital after I reached a certain point where I was able to. And I've been doing, and I even backed down from full time at my pediatric ICU job, but I work almost full time there now, but as a PRN nurse. So I pick up occasionally and I schedule myself however it works out for our family. But, and then I've stayed on PRN, which means as needed for those who don't know, with the home health agency from home, but they've not had to use me in a long time. It's a strictly as needed job there, and no requirements of minimum working for me to keep it or anything like that. Just when they need me and just when I'm available and when they need me. And they've given me, some updated training on some things with annual changes that are made to the programs that we use and stuff. But other than that, they've not had to use me for work. So, it wasn't a big deal, except that I just got a letter randomly out of the blue certified from someone in their HR department who's not even their HR boss. No letter from the boss, nothing, no text, no phone call, no email, just saying that as of January 28th, I would be officially terminated because of lack of need, I guess, for me, which is fine. But it was just kind of funny the way that all came out. And I did connect with them just to make sure it wasn't an automatic thing that happened and unintentionally. And it wasn't, but they were so busy with everything that they've had going on that they just didn't connect with me any other way. And so they were apologetic about the way it came across. But they said that they had been bought out by a different company, and with that new company, they wanted to use all people that worked in-house there, which is fine. And so, but I had to ship all of their equipment back, which literally I had 2 computer monitors. I wasn't using them, but a keyboard, a computer tower, I guess you could say, small, but the computer brains, I guess, master motherboard, whatever it is, and a home health bag that you take into the home that was equipped with all of the supplies that you could bring into the home with you to see a patient, and then a home health, basically the plastic tote that fits underneath your bed. Well, we use those for our trunk of our car for supplies, extra supplies that you can go out to your car to get as you need them. And so all of that, and my badge, and a couple other little things. But anyway, I had to ship all that back by Tuesday this week. And it, in my head, I had it as the 31st, but it was actually not. It was the 28th that I had to ship it back by. So time just flew. Next thing I know, I'm rushing to the UPS store, and they sent me a shipping label, thankfully, that I was able to use and send back on their dime. Because, yeah, I wasn't wanting to deal with that either. But got all that back. So that's done. So anyway, yes, I was terminated unexpectedly, but understandably. So not a big deal. But yeah, anyway. And then other deadlines. What else? Oh, well, you know, my master's program. I have a class I've been working on submitting my final assignment for this semester or term, and it's the last class of the term and the last submission for it. And that was due or is due by, I believe, Friday the 31st, whatever. But I have to get it in time for if there's any edits that need to be made by me per their, review of it. Then they would send it back and I would send it back, and they still have to be able to check it in time. Hey, Rob, nice to see you. So anyway, I stayed up, not last night I worked, of course. Hey, Ruth. Last night I worked, but the night before last, I stayed up at home until 7:30 in the morning, which is like I worked a shift, so I was ready for my shift. But I had a lot of things to do yesterday during the day, so I didn't sleep a ton during the day. I slept some, and it turned out, like I said, the shift was like a Mardi Gras shift, rolling around with crash carts and airway carts all rolling up and down the hallways like, throw me something, mister. But anyway, it turned out okay. And thankfully, I didn't have those patients, but I was a little in the background helping some with the things going on around all of that. So anyway, it's what we do, teamwork, to get everybody safely taken care of and get through the shift. So I had to submit that. So I'm waiting. Y'all pray for me, because I'm waiting for that assignment from my master's program that I did submit at 7:30 in the morning to hopefully just say it's passed and it's accepted and I passed the class and the term is successfully done. So praying for that. Haven't seen it yet, but maybe today, I hope and pray, because I have to have time if I do need to make any edits to it to resubmit it. So hopefully that won't happen. Hey, friend. And then there's the student loan financial aid for next term that will start soon after this one finishes, that I submitted my FAFSA for a few days ago. A little bit late to the game on that one. I forgot I had to do a new FAFSA. So yay. Oh, I feel like I'm back in high school going into college again or something, but except this time it's all on me and not my parents helping me. And anyway. So I did that. So I'm still waiting to hear back about student loans for next semester. And then there's all the announcements of, all the financial or federal funding is, halted for right now, frozen, whatever, which I don't know that would fall into that category anyway. But it still had me thinking like, oh no. So, hey there, how are you doing, Mr. J? Hope your little man's doing good. So anyways, that's another deadline from this week. Another one, as if, I needed another deadline in the same week and all the other things going on. what was it? I've lost track now. I can't even remember. I had another one, and I did it. Oh, yeah. Well, I've halfway done it. I still got to do the other part of it. Eesh. Maybe today or tomorrow. Is my ACLS Advanced Cardiac Life Support certification. I have to renew that every 2 years. And then next year, in this same time of year, I'll have to renew my basic life support and my pediatric advanced life support. But this year, it's the adult, basically, advanced cardiac life support that I'm renewing. And so I had to go through hours of online testing and review and education for that you have to do. And then, hey, Ruth, thank you so much for your prayers. And then now I have to go beat up on the dummy. That, if you've never done that computer, but actual dummy that you have to compress and give breaths to, and all the adult one, the kids ones I can handle. But that adult one, they make it just so super hard. It's ridiculous. Especially, I tried to do it after a shift before. And I mean, that is just too much because you are exhausted, 12 plus hours of working hard. And then you're in there trying to pound on this dummy's chest the right way for long enough and strong enough and the right rhythm, the right rate, and then switch to giving it breaths that seal and actually go in the right way. And then switch back and do it all in the right timing, the way it wants you to. It's just ridiculous. So a lot of people, I won't say what they do, but there's ways that we can pass that. I haven't done it myself, but I may have to fault into that if all else fails. But anyway, that's the last piece I have left in that deadline. Goodness, it's just been like all of that, right? One thing after another. Plus, like I said, that video, I'm going to get that one done, but not before the end of January because there's way too much other priorities, right? I have to prioritize. I do have to prioritize, as you do as well, I know. But one thing that has been invigorating me and have me very excited, I've just really been coming away, I don't know, I feel like my cup is being filled, yet I'm filling someone else's cup, and that's what's filling my cup. So I love that. In that my coaching program has been just a blessing for me, and I believe for them as well, for my clients. I just come away from each of those sessions just like, I don't know, so excited for them and the goals that they're reaching and the things that they have to come and the aha moments that I'm able to help reveal to them and watch them experience. Helping to show and teach them things about themselves and about ways to help themselves that they never knew before. And one thing I came across with a coaching session yesterday that I thought was just such a blessing to be able to do and share was that my client is one of the goals that she's been able to accomplish is she's got one job offer already that she's basically about to take, but I was helping her think through that, and another offer unexpectedly, or another opportunity for an offer that came out of nowhere as she, I know, right, Ruth, me too, but another offer that came out of nowhere as she's preparing to probably accept this other one. She's done several levels of the interview process and doing really well with it. And I've been able to help her through that. And so this is the kind of tangible stuff that I'm talking about that I'm able to help you with too. But anyway, so she's real excited about it. And then she ended up, oh, wow, I might have two opportunities. What in the world do I do with this? And ultimately, she's pretty sure she's going to take the first one. But even with that, it's a new job. It's a little nerve-wracking. Just some of the things about, just stepping into a new role that she's not familiar with completely. She knows some of the aspects of it, but not the field of work that it's in. She's not done before, but the kind of work is stuff that she knows. And so she'll do great. I was able to help her think through that and plan around it. But in taking this job, she also will need to, she and her spouse will need to move closer to it at some point soon. And doing that has them moving to an area that isn't necessarily bad. It's just not an area she had hoped to or thought about or wanted to live in, and has some, nervousness about that. So anyway, she outright asked me, which I thought was so neat that I got to open up in this way, because it's something if you know me, we've lived in 14 houses or homes of some kind. I think it's 14 in 20 plus years of marriage. Goodness. So we've done a lot of moving, and our moves have been anywhere from across town to across the world and everywhere in between. So I've been there. I've done that, and then that includes having to most of those moves find new jobs and interview for new jobs and accept or not accept new jobs. And I got lost my connection for a second. Anyway, so that's a large reason why we've moved so much, is for my husband's career. We have moved around, and so I know that anxiety. I know that feeling of, well, how is this move going to work? How are we going to do all of this, and where and when, and are we going to find a safe and comfortable and place? Are we going to like where we go? What about the job? Is it even worth the move? Just how is all this going to work out? And then just to the point of working yourself up into anxiety and not able to sleep, and maybe not even able to interact well with your family and those around you that you're near a lot and that you love, and just being worried and just unsure and unclear and confused. And so, just like I say, from doubt to decision, from confusion to clarity, faith over fear, that is exactly what I was able to do with her in that moment, because she really wanted some help with that, and I was able to give her practical and encouraging advice, and just reminders from my own life experience in those situations, that it's not as bad as it may feel. You don't have to figure it all out right now. It will all work out. Look back at what God has done before in your life, what you have been through, what you have been able to successfully go through, and remember those things, and then call on God for your help, because she's a Christian, and so I'm able to talk with her in that way. But also, I was able to point her back to some things we've already talked through and begun working on in previous calls and sessions we've had in the coaching program, because there's some very practical tips on how to handle some different things like this. So if you want any tips on anything like that, just let me know. Put a comment here in the thread, and let me know. You can put the word confusion or anxiety if you like that. And then, or just share with me, shoot me a message, whatever you want, of what it is that you're finding that you're anxious about right now. And that maybe I can help you just right there in messages or text or what have you, to see something a different way that you didn't before, and have a practical tool to help you. I would love to do that for you. And if you would like to go beyond that and talk about, maybe seeing what it's all about, to possibly, see if you're a fit for my coaching program, then I would love to get on the phone with you and do that as well, and talk through that. I would love that. Confusion to clarity, right? So just let me know. And on that one, if you really want to get on a call to talk about that, then put clarity, and I can help you. CLARITY. I can barely think straight, much less spell straight right now. But I'd love to help you in that way too. And just a free call, so let's do it. But anyway, let me know how I can help you, though. That's the main thing right here that I wanted to share, among all of those other crazy things that I shared, and all the randomness, and all the Mardi Gras crash carts and airway carts. Here we are, right? So let me I got my kids doing some schoolwork right now, because that's another thing I do, right? I homeschool my kiddos, and we do it well. It's actually break week, and they know that, but we're still working some math this week. I just felt like it was appropriate. So it's not hard stuff, but, well, I say that. My 10-year-old and 8-year-old are doing trigonometry this week. How do you like that? But they don't realize that it's actually pretty hard stuff, harder than anything I really ever had to do, honestly, in some ways. But yeah, but they're doing it, and it's really been neat. I've been excited about this program we're doing this year, this curriculum. So anyway, I guess that's it for now. Sorry for the rambling, but I'm a little bit tired, and I did not, as you can tell, script this ahead of time, so you get the real me. And all worn out, tired looking, and everything. Know that I'm missing you, praying for you, and thinking about you, and I'm here for you, okay? How can I help you? Let me know in the comments, in a message, whatever. Give me a word to tell me kind of what direction to go with you as far as helping you. If you just need some simple back and forth real quick and some messages to kind of see what it is that's weighing on your heart and mind, or practical things to help you reach that, I need a new job, I need to get a job, period. How do I get an interview? How do I interview, period, to do well, to get the opportunity to get the offer? What do I do when I get an offer? What about if the offer's gonna, if the job will require me to move? How do I prepare for that? How do I decide if it's worth it? Have a great day to you too, Ruth. Love you. Thank you. And so those are some things that I can definitely help you with. I've helped many people, including myself and my husband, but lots of others outside of our family as well. And I'd love to help you with those things or anything else, whatever it might be. And if you really do want to talk about, if maybe you're a fit for my coaching program, then put the word clarity and we can get on the phone and talk about that. All right. Bye. Have a good day and rest of your week. Yeah.